Howdy YouTube, a really cool review for you today, and that's because we're taking a look at the Ringside Collectibles exclusive from Storm Collectibles, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. This could be a contender for my favourite wrestling figure of all time, and you'll see when I get him opened up and out of packaging. Visually, this guy looks outstanding. Now, he isn't a Mattel figure, and a big part of that is because Mattel, while I think they do have the licensing to make the nWo Hulk Hogan, and they did have that planned, his fallout with the WWE postponed that at least until that relationship gets repaired. But in the meantime, from Storm Collectibles, we've got Hollywood Hogan. Now, because Hulk Hogan isn't owned by the WWE, he can license his appearance out to different companies, and Storm Collectibles in this case picked up that license, and that's why you won't see any WWE, WCW, or nWo logos on him, and that's why he's just called Hollywood Hogan. But of course, we all know that it's the nWo version of one of the most iconic wrestlers, if not the most iconic wrestler of all time. Visually, he looks awesome, and when I get it opened up, I'm going to show you guys a comparison with the Mattel figures as well. In terms of packaging, we get a nice shot of Hollywood Hogan on the front there, looking pretty cool. On the side, you can see the figure. And on the back, we get a nice shot of him with some of the different accessories and things that he comes with as well. Really keen to get this opened up and out of packaging. It looks awesome. And here we have Hollywood Hogan opened up and out of packaging. He looks awesome. Storm Collectibles nailed this figure. In terms of accessories, I'll quickly show them to you, and then you'll see them throughout the video. But he comes with a Hollywood Hogan base, which is cool. He comes with his trademark bandana, which I will put on him in a moment. You get some sunglasses, you get some alternate hands, and you also get his trademark boas as well, and you'll see those, as I say, throughout the video. But more importantly, take a look at the face scan on this guy. That is the most realistic wrestling figure face I've ever seen in my life. That is scary, scary accurate. To the point where, I'm not sure how well it comes across on camera, but you've even got lines for the wrinkles in his forehead. It is just really, really scary. The detailing on the stubble looks extremely realistic. The work on this guy looks better than, I guess, the graphics in WWE video games. Even it is as close as I think you will ever get to a realistic looking Hulk Hogan figure. Really impressed with this guy. Now, a few people have noted that they're not a fan of the weird elbow joints, and I can see where that would be a problem. The good thing is that you're probably going to display him in a classic Hollywood Hogan pose. So hopefully that's going to minimize that and you're not going to see it as much. But the figure itself is absolutely outstanding. And a quick look at him without his shirt. Now, again, as you can see, really realistic, looks fantastic, he looks jacked. Now, I'm not sure if it's mine or others have the same problem too, but the waist has a really weird articulation. This is like a soft rubber as opposed to a hard piece, so it means you can sort of have Hulk Hogan doing the hula dance. And again, the weight belt, I'm not sure if that's supposed to be that high or a little bit lower, or if his waist is supposed to clip down a little bit more. I'm really not too sure. It's not something that I noticed when he had the shirt on, but I definitely notice it now that it's off, and that is a little bit of a shame, and I guess that means I'll have to display him with a shirt or something just to cover that up a little bit. Now, articulation wise, he's got a ball jointed head, he's got like the old Jack's UFC arm swivel, ball jointed shoulders, swivel in the bicep, he's got a double bend in the elbow, which is quite cool. He's got ball jointed wrists, and again you can swap out the hands. He's got the ab crunch, he's got a swivel in the torso, he's got swivel in the legs, double bend at the knee, nothing in the boot, and a swivel in the ankle. So it's almost like the old school UFC Jack's articulation mixed with the Mattel articulation. So pretty cool, to be honest with you. Like, I definitely would not complain about the articulation or the posability of this guy. And again, his pythons look massive. Like, check that out. That's pretty buff looking, especially from the back. The detailing on this guy is ridiculous. Huge fan, just so you can see, even on the boots, how nice that comes up. And the graphics on the side of his tights. I love the lightning bolts mixed in with the Hollywood, you know, film reel. I think that looks sick. Definitely a highly recommended figure. Now, the closest figure comparison that I can find to a realistic Hulk Hogan is the old Jakks R3 Hogan. And that is a pretty cool figure for its time. Came with some good accessories. You can see that the tights and the design are pretty similar with the lightning. You can see the same kind of blue boots as well, but definitely with time things have gotten substantially better. This Hogan looks awesome. In terms of scaling too, the Jakks R3 a little bit smaller than Mattel. The Storm Collectibles on par with Mattel, and I'll bring in here a Mattel Hogan, and I'll show you the other Mattel Hogan so you can see he stacks up perfectly. So scaling on this guy, do not stress. That's one of the concerns with some of the Play Arts figures. The scaling is a little off with other figures, but this guy fits in perfectly. Really awesome. And just for comparison, you can see he stacks up perfectly with the Mattel Hulk Hogan figures. I think he's the best by far, purely because of the face scan on him. It looks awesome. I know a lot of people are huge Mattel fans, and I fully understand that, and I'm a big Mattel fan as well. But me personally, I grew up with the realistic face scans and the R3 series Jakks, and this to me harks back to that, and I love just really detailed face sculpts, and this guy has the best face sculpt of any wrestling figure I've come across, and on that basis alone, I think it's well worth getting him. He looks awesome. And here we've got a shot of my nWo figure collection. You can see the Wolfpack, Sting, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Six or X-Pac. You've got the Hulk Hogan section, the Macho Man, the Giant. You've got the old Jakks figures as well. So that's all the nWo figures that I've got. And to my knowledge, that's all the nWo figures that exist in terms of Jakks and Mattel. There's a few others that I haven't got in my collection. Well, I have, but I haven't opened up. For example, the Jakks nWo Hogan that was a mix between the Wolfpack and the traditional nWo group. And there's a few others out there, but overall, that's a good spread of what's out there nWo-wise. This guy, I think, stacks up fantastically. I'm going to rank him as my favorite wrestling figure of all time. The detailing on the sculpt is awesome. The articulation is awesome. The accessories, awesome. I cannot recommend this guy highly enough. If you're an nWo fan, must have. If you're a Hulk Hogan fan, must have. And if you're a wrestling fan, I think you can't go wrong with this guy. So I hope you've enjoyed this review on the WWE, not really, Ringside Collectibles exclusive from Storm Collectibles, Hollywood Hogan.